Hey, this is Platinum Power Ranger here, and I'm here to talk about my experience from watching Transformers 1. Yeah, so I didn't get to watch the movie until literally today. I at first, okay, how do we start this off? I have a lot to say about this movie. For one, it was awesome. No joke, this was by far one of the greatest Transformers movies I have ever seen. Alright, let me start off with this. Ever since I was a kid, I was a massive fan of Transformers. Like, I have all the toys. Well, not the G1 toys, but hold on, let me show you. Let me show you some. I got like a few toys from like this Rodimus uh figure. Well, actually, his name is Hot Rod, but whatever. I got him from that weird stage of Transformers where the characters had these transformable heads that detach from the bodies. It was weird. It was cool though because it gave us some cool looking designs for the Transformers. So yeah, and this isn't the only one I have. I have like a crap ton more of these guys. I just can't get them out right now because they're like being blocked by these weightlifts I have. But yeah, I've always been like a fan of Transformers. Not as much as I used to when I was a kid, because when I was a kid, I used to collect like a crap ton of action figures. That was a long time ago. So yeah, and I watched some of the shows too. I've watched Transformers Armada. Well, the DVD version. I only have one of the DVDs, which I think only has like 4 episodes. I have Transformers Energon, which was a thing, but I enjoyed it as a kid. I liked the whole idea of like Transformers combining together, forming these different variants of themselves, giving them these cool powers and stuff, and all that. And some of the designs were cool too. Like Omega Supreme's design was really badass. And I also watched the Michael Bay Transformer movies, which were really fun. And I've even watched some of the Transformer cartoons on TV, like mainly Robots in Disguise, the really weird as fuck Transformers Prime sequel, which no one really talks about because it was kind of bad. I mean, I kind of liked it when I was younger, mainly because I just really liked the design for Optimus and Megatronus looked really badass too. He looked pretty badass. I liked that he had two cannons and stuff. And I like that they brought back Soundwave. He was always my favorite. But yeah, there's nothing really special about Transformers Robots in Disguise. However, Transformers Prime, now that's a show worth talking about. That show is. I could go on and on about that show, why it's one of the best Transformers shows still to this very day, but I'd get off topic if that was the case. I mean, hell, this show is still on Netflix. I mean, they don't have all the seasons, because they clearly don't have Beast Hunters anymore. I wish they did, but that's life. Not everything on Netflix lasts forever. But hey, Transformers Prime was really good, and I still love it to this very day. And now that leads us to Transformers 1. When I first heard about this movie, I was intrigued. I only saw the title for the movie and it looked cool. And then the first trailer came out during the summer, and I'm gonna be honest, the first trailer looked kind of silly. It made the movie look like it was just going to be an okay at best film with really good animation and really entertaining action. It kind of felt like that at first, and I was okay with that because hey, the Michael Bay movies weren't perfect, but they had really fun action, so I thought, what the hell? Why not give this movie a try? See where it goes. Like if the story's not gonna be good, at least the action will be fun. But then the second trailer came out, and it showed a little more. And not gonna lie, I was a little more interested because it looked like it was gonna be a bit more serious, and that they were gonna tackle more of like the bond between Orion Pax and D16 before he became Megatron. And they do. I'll get to that. Uh, but yeah. So the second trailer had me a bit more interested, and when that weird music video came out, it had me more interested. I didn't listen to it. I decided to wait to listen to it after I saw the film. And once it came out on September 20th, I couldn't go see it because of a multitude of reasons. But yeah, I couldn't see it at first, so I had to make sure not to spoil myself on the internet, which was hard. Because you know how the internet gets. Once they see something cool, they want to spoil the heck out of it the moment it comes out. And I know damn well it's going to happen with Sonic 3, which I'm also really looking forward to seeing. That's going to be sick. But yeah, I can't go off topic, otherwise I'm going to be here forever. So yeah, hold on, I'm thinking right now. I'm not even following a script. I literally just got back from seeing the film, so I want to give my thoughts on it as fresh as possible while it's still in my head. um, where do I start with? Okay, so afterwards, later on, I started seeing like all these reviews for Transformers 1 where apparently it's actually really good. Like, not just okay, not just pretty good, really good. And I was like, wait, it's actually that good? Holy crap, I gotta check this out. And yeah, eventually I got to go see it with my friend. Which was tonight, and yeah, no joke. This movie was fucking awesome. Okay? Like, where do I even start with Transformers 1? Like, this movie fucking slapped. Like, it slapped harder than, like, the trailer for Sonic 3. I'm not kidding when I say this. This is one of the only times where I felt genuine hype for a movie. Aside from the trailer for Sonic 3. Like, holy crap. So, yeah, I am incredibly satisfied with what I saw. It was amazing. Like, it blew my socks off. I'm glad I didn't spoil myself before seeing this movie, because, yeah, I was genuinely surprised. Like, I thought, even when I was gonna see it, I thought it was just gonna be a pretty good movie. Like, look, hey, everyone has their own different opinions. You know, like, for example, some people say the Venom movies are an abomination to God, and some people say the Venom movies are just okay. Or like with the freaking sequel to Dune Part 2. Some people think it's a great movie, and some people, like my parents, thought it was atrocious. Because, you know, opinions are entirely subjective. Like, all this shit, we all have different opinions. That's never going to change. We're all going to have, like, differentiating opinions about certain stuff. Some people will love something, some people will hate it. Like, but I got to admit, I have to say it, those people who made all those positive reviews about Transformers 1 were absolutely right. Like, no joke, this movie was amazing. This movie had no right to be as good as it was. I'm not even sure if I could like give a proper review about how much I love this, because there are clearly people who would do a much better job than me. That's for sure. There are people who are more experienced with this shit. I mean, I'm no nostalgia critic. I'm going to be honest. I am no nostalgia critic. This is one of the only times I've actually done a review on literally anything other than that cringy ass Hell of a Boss review I made a while back. But yeah, this movie was amazing. Like, I loved it. I really loved it. So, I'm gonna start with the obvious one, the animation. Like, the animation was actually really good, especially with the fight scenes. The animation when it came to the fight scenes really fucking slapped. Like, the action was insane. Every moment when they started throwing hands in the film was like a dopamine rush for me. I loved it. Like this one scene with with the I'm trying to think here, okay? I literally am trying my best right now. Like this one moment where D16 was fighting the Seekers, where he was beating the shit out of Starscream, choking on him till his like freaking vocal cords were busted, giving him that freaky ass high pitched voice, which was really funny. Nice way to give him his signature high pitched voice. Uh, and the action scene I really loved the most was when Megatron and Optimus Prime threw hands. Like that final battle between Optimus and Megatron was fucking awesome. Like that scene with Optimus shooting fire out of his wrists was awesome. And the moment where he whipped out the fucking Energon axe, like his signature Energon axe, like I immediately screamed. Like I screamed. That was epic as fuck. That was freaking cool. And how he was using it like a freaking shield to block him from the freaking energy blasts from Megatron's fusion cannon. And like seriously, that was awesome. Like the action in the movie is insane. Like the action in the movie is insane. Like so yeah, the animation was really good. And now another thing that I really like about the movie was the environment. First off, Cybertron looks amazing. Like Cybertron looks cool. Like all those scenes with like the racetrack, the mines, to the parts of like the cities of Cybertron, to even like the surface and everything else looks amazing. There was a lot of detail put into like all of these environments to really have them stand out from each other. I really loved all of it, and the colors fit pretty good too, and some of the visual effects were good too. Like the effects in the movie were also really nice, and I think them using animation was a great call. Like animation and Transformers go together really well. And this movie shows that. This movie really shows that. Uh but yeah, the environments I really loved. I feel like they put a lot of effort and a lot of talent into the environments. And also the character designs. Like another thing, the character designs are good too. I love the combination of like the G1 art aesthetic combined with the modern sci-fi designs as well to give them this nice mesh. You know, kind of like with the Transformers Fall of Cybertron, where they tried doing the same thing. And honestly, I really love the designs, especially for Orion Pax and D16. And also their Optimus and Megatron designs look good too. I really love them. I really love like the character designs. Really, uh, they look really good. And their vehicle modes look cool too. Uh, so yeah, those were nice too. The action was amazing, like I already said. And some of the voice acting performances were actually pretty good. I really like I really like Chris Hemsworth as Orion Pax. I think he did a surprisingly well job at playing Orion Pax before he became Optimus. Like he really did a good job playing as the more young, inexperienced version of Optimus before he became a Prime. It really fitted him very well. So, yeah, Chris Hemsworth, in my opinion, did a good job as Orion Pax and as Optimus Prime. And the guy who played as D16 slash Megatron also did really well. I feel like they both gave a pretty good performance in the movie. And yeah, uh, what else can I really say? Also like the character development between Orion Pax and Megatron, especially Megatron. Like, yeah, that's one of my favorite moments of the movie. Like the character arc for D16 becoming Megatron. I'm not gonna go too in depth with it because I don't want to spoil too much of the film. Because I really encourage others to go see this film as well because it fucking slaps. Like it fucking slaps. I tell you, it's good. It's really good. Um, but yeah, I loved the I loved Orion Pax's development into becoming Optimus Prime, where at first he seems reluctant. Where this one point during like near the climax of the movie, he seems reluctant to continue on because he felt like a failure. But he started to but with the help of Alita One giving him some pep talk, which was good as well. Uh, okay, I'm sorry, I'm losing my train of thought right at this very moment. Like the brain fog is already kicking in, so I'm gonna try and wrap this up as fast as I can. Like I probably wasted enough time already. Yeah. But yeah, Orion's character arc into Optimus Prime was really good and really believable too for his character too. And especially D16's descent into Megatron. Like, I loved every moment with D16 becoming Megatron. Seriously. Again, I'm not going to go too in depth with it because, one, I'm not really good at that at this very moment. And two, I don't want to spoil it for those who haven't seen the movie yet, which please go watch it. If you're a Transformers fan, go watch this movie. You'll thank me later. But yeah, D16's transformation into Megatron was dealt really well. I liked how at first he was content with his life, that he felt perfectly fine with the way things were, but after finding out that everything he believed in was bullshit, uh he was starting to become more angry and resentful for it, which rightfully so. Like the dude was practically lied his whole life. So of course, it only makes sense for him to get pissed as fuck over it and just say, fuck it, I'm gonna do my own thing. Again, I'm not gonna spoil too much. I'm not gonna spoil too much. Because I really do encourage you to go see this movie yourself, but all I can really say is I love this movie. I really love it. I would definitely give it an 8.9 out of 10, or even a full on 9 out of 10. Because, yeah, the movie's not perfect, because no movie ever is. No movie is ever perfect. No matter how good a movie is, it will never be perfect. Okay? That's just fact, okay? Which is fine. Because not every movie needs to be perfect. Perfection is an illusion, okay? It's just a fancy word that people use to make something feel special. But, whatever floats your boat, okay? Yeah, I really. All I can really say now is that I really love this movie, and I definitely recommend it to anyone who is a Transformers fan. Hell, I encourage people who even aren't fans of the franchise itself to go watch it because it's a good movie in general. It's a really good movie, and it's definitely a nice break from all of the shit that we've been getting recently. Like with Agatha, which in my opinion is just whatever. I really don't care about Agatha. Like I really don't. Even when she showed up in WandaVision, I really don't care about her. Uh and Rings of Power, whatever the fuck that was. I don't really care much for that either. But yeah, it was a nice breath of fresh air from some of the crappy shit we got recently. But yeah, I definitely give this movie an 8.9 out of 10 to a full on 9 out of 10. Like, definitely, definitely. Hell, I'll give it a 9.5 out of 10. Like, yeah, but all around, it was a great movie. Like, go check it out. Seriously. That's all I gotta say. Thanks.